HIV is a really smart disease. It loves stress in your body. It loves anxiety. It loves all those things that we do, it feeds on. We have people who have women who don't know their sexual partners, men who lie about their sexual behaviors, young people who feel like they're invincible. I can't catch it. It's only gays or it's those people over there that don't understand, have received. I bet you everybody in America right now knows how to prevent HIV. Everyone knows how HIV is transmitted, but do they practice? No, they don't. The Acron AIDS Collaborative is 14 years old. We've been around 14 years, and it started out as a grassroots organization. But the thing that's really exciting about the Acron AIDS Collaborative, it started off as a spin-off group from the Akron Brothers Circle. The Akron Brothers Circle was a proactive group made up of African-American gay men who had a mission to go out in the community and talk about HIV and AIDS. Once that was established, it became very apparent to founders of the Brothers Circle that we needed an organization that didn't much have a stigma of gayness to it. And because if we could erase that stigma of we're just a bunch of gay men doing this information, we might be able to broaden our connections. So it gave birth to an organization called the Akron AIDS Collaborative. We do community outreach. We like to call ourselves the mobile test site. We can go anywhere within Summit, Portage County and do HIV/AIDS testing. We can even come to your home and provide HIV tests and a screening test for chlamydia and gonorrhea in the privacy of your own home. Our highest priority now is African American MSMs. Men who have sex with men is the #1 priority for incidences in Summit County. After that become African American women, after that become white gay males, and then white women, the 4th category. We have a high incidence. We have an epidemic here. In Cuyahoga County and Cleveland, it's the same. African American MSMs numbers are just spiraling out of control in these areas. And why? Well, a lot of reasons. We're doing outreach and education. We're doing what we can do, but we're years behind. I've been doing this work for 20 years, and I've realized that the African American community is behind white gay male community as far as prevention. I was diagnosed with HIV. 1987. At that time, I remember sitting into a clinic, talking to a health educator in Denver, Colorado, and my question was, am I the only black person with this disease in this city? And she never will forget her. She looked at me and she said, why would you say that? I said, because every time I come here, I'm the only black person I ever see in this building. Is it just me? And she says, no, there's others. Well, where are they at? All I saw was white gay males in 1987. So I'm thinking, well, it's just me. Well, holy moly. I start asking that question more and more to make connection to other people, especially in my community, black gay community that I was part of. Are you HIV positive? No one would never tell. Why? The stigma was so great in our community. I mean, we have religious barriers. We have all these denial about our sexual orientation that no one would stand up and say, hey, I'm African-American gay man and I'm HIV positive. That stigma still exists today. I have young men who are 19, 18, or 20 that are HIV positive, and they still feel that same exact way that I felt 20 years ago. But until we could break down those barriers within our own selves and our own community, we become a hindrance to stopping this HIV epidemic. When I talk to a group of people, the first thing I know to get people to be part of the bandwagon, I want to pull in team members. I go in and I share my story. I share my story. I come from an Ohio family, a born-again Christian in my family. I went to school, went to church, to college. I did everything right. And then I start sharing the burdens that other people like me have in living with HIV and AIDS. And I stop right there and I say burden, and then people trip out when I say, but it hasn't been a burden to me. It's been a blessing. HIV has been the best blessing that's ever came into my life, ever. I have been blessed to get this disease. I was a college graduate, working every day for an insurance company, living in Denver, driving my Audi 5000. You know, I had a flat going on, the life that I would like to lead. When I got that diagnosis of HIV, it put my whole life into a spin, and then it gave me a reason to live. It gave me a challenge to be part of a bigger picture that God has bestowed upon me, and that is to embrace all my brothers and sisters and let them know that we can survive and that we have to survive. And if we don't raise our heads up to this fight about HIV, we will not be on this earth. And that became my mission. It became my ministry for the last 20 years, and that's what I've been doing. I have been fine with recognizing that this has been my calling. Thank you for giving me HIV. I feel good about the work that I do. I feel good in sharing my story. I feel good educating people about the ups and downs, especially newly diagnosed people. So when I give this message to people who have not heard this message before, and I say, if you really want to reach out and help somebody, and you might not be able to really talk to someone about AIDS, then write out a check to us. Support us. If you want to come and help us do our Thanksgiving dinner that we're serving for the AIDS, come on and help us do that. If you want to help us do door-to-door outreach, come on one Saturday for 2 hours and help us do it. It's just the little things like that that you can help do.